Alright, here we are for round number 2. Want to know with this mono white deck we're on the play against Boros. This is a decent hand. I think I'll keep it. No 1-drop isn't great, but we've got some resilient 2-drops. I'm going to cycle the Secluded Step right away. 2 mana is probably going to be plenty. Alright, playing against Boros. So these Loyal Cathar is going to be pretty decent. I think I want to just run out a Cathar. It's more likely to be able to attack. So we've got that. This should probably be a horrible matchup for us, I would guess. Normally these removal heavy decks are a really bad matchup for the tiny creature decks. Alright, looking like I maybe should have played that Secluded Step, but it is what it is. Luckily I do have all my resilient creatures pretty much. So maybe I should have just played this on turn 1. At the time I didn't have any 1-drops and I didn't have anything that cost anything besides 2. So I mean, if I had drawn a Plains instead of any of these cards, I would have been pretty happy that I cycled this. So I don't think it's that bad of a play. The fact that I drew all 1-drops makes it a little tougher. This one I think I am going to play. Don't think I'm going to quite suicide my guys in yet. Just going to play another one. Fortunately, this Sunlance is garbage, so it's not going to hit any of the creatures we care about in their deck. Need a Bone Splitter. So next turn, if they don't have another Core Skyfisher, I'll probably just attack them with all my guys. Hopefully it's just like a Glinthawk, or even better, it's just like nothing. If it's another Core Skyfisher, it's going to be tough for us to win. Okay, Thraben Inspector, not a big deal. So what I can do here is, okay, Glinthawk. I'm going to pick up the Prism. I can attack with everything, and then I can Aviary Mechanic back whatever thing the Core Skyfisher blocks at some point. Alternatively, I can just play this Javelineers, but I'm just going to attack with all my guys. I don't anticipate the Javelineers surviving. I could probably protect it with the Bodyguard. Alright. Fortunately, this doesn't come back until the end step, so I can't actually pick it up yet. Alright, we got some guys. So basically our decks are really similar, except they have removal and we don't. And we can kind of flood the board a little more, but none of these guys can get through this Core Skyfisher, really. I assume he's gonna, okay. I'm gonna protect my Javelineer, I suppose. So typically that's the correct play to try to hit the protection guy. It's actually possible I should have given this pro white so that he couldn't journey it. It's almost certainly what I should have done, actually, because any of the red removal, he could have already just pointed at it in response. But looks like it didn't matter too much here. Guardian of the Guild Pact is actually really strong here. So what happens if I attack with both of these? Probably double blocks with the Inspectors on one of them. Lets the other one through. Blocks this guy. Don't really have good attacks. I'm gonna run in there with all my guys though. Except the Thraben Inspector. I don't want to give him a free block on my Thraben Inspector with the Core Skyfisher. Cycling the Secluded Step is kind of really biting me. Like, I could have done a lot more stuff if I had just kept it. That said, I wouldn't have even drawn this Guardian yet. Alright. Well, this is a trade I can definitely accept. Let's go ahead and just crack the clue and see what I draw here. Gift of Orzhova. That's actually probably going to win us the game with the Guardian and the Gift. It's going to be really hard for our opponent to beat that. but I need to draw another land for that to happen. That was a bad play. I had it stuck in my head that I was going to Aviary Mechanic and pick this guy up and replay him. I should have just Aviary Mechanic to my Thraben Inspector there. I just shouldn't have done it this way. I could have had another 2/2 out, had another clue on the field. My opponent's been a little short on removal and a little long on dirtly stuff. All right. Gonna attack with both of these this turn. See what my opponent does about it. I assume my opponent's gonna trade their Thraben Inspector again. Yep. So let's go ahead and core Skyfisher. Pick up my Thraben Inspector, play it again. Alright, got another clue. So hopefully my opponent still has to kind of dirtle for a while. I just need to have time to get this down and suit it up. They don't have any answers in their deck for it. There's basically no answers in the format in their colors for Guardian of the Guild Pact. I'm trying to even think of what they could use to kill it. So they could use what's that spell like? Touch of. It's a devoid spell. It's 2 colorless and a red, and it deals 3 damage to a creature or player. It's an instant. Something touch, I think. I don't remember. It's from Battle for Zendikar. That was a sweet card in draft, but I don't think it's quite good enough for this format, most likely. So we're going to get in some decent damage here. I'm probably just going to Javelin the bird. Okay. We got the Bone Splitter. Not bad. I'm just going to attack with everything, play the Mechanic, and pick up my Thraben Inspector, I think. Depends how they block. I imagine they're going to trade their bird for my Javelin here. Looks like that is the case. Okay, yes, I would like to pick up my Thraben Inspector and play it again. So it's possible I should have just picked up my Javelineer with this guy. But that isn't the line I chose. I would like to get my opponent into a range where I can Guardian them in one hit and kill them. We'll see though. If they've got a couple more Battle Screeches, I could actually just die. Oh, Palace Sentinels? Interesting. I can't actually get through this wall of creatures here. Finally gonna draw land maybe? No. I did not draw land. I could hope to draw land. So if I Bone Splitter up my core Skyfisher, I think I really just need to draw another land for my Guardian, so I'm going to pop a clue. Missed again. Let's play another Thraben Inspector. So the reason I didn't want to just like Bone Splitter up my core Skyfisher is if they just have a bolt, I'm just sending all my creatures into the slaughter. I don't really want to do that. Yeah, I mean all it would take is one removal spell and I'd lose like all my creatures. Yeah, I would lose not quite all of them, but it would have been pretty terrible for me. They'd get to bolt my Skyfisher, block my Cathar, block my Aviary Mechanic, and then double block with birds on my Thraben Inspector. So if I lose this game, it's because I cycled the Secluded Step right away. I would have won this game a long time ago if I hadn't done that. But we still have a little bit of time probably, but a Rally, they probably don't play Rally anymore in this deck. See if I can draw a land. Alright, I did. So I got the Guardian now. Drop that guy down. So Guardian pretty good at taking the Monarch token. Just gonna steal that right away from them. Still not attacking. I don't think I'm gonna die this turn, but I might. They can probably kill like half my creatures. They can probably kill all my creatures other than my Guardian before I attack next. But I'm not sure if they will. Hoping they don't have room in this deck for the rally, the peasants. That would kill me. If I draw another Bone Splitter, I don't quite have lethal. If I draw another land, I can put Gift and Bone Splitter equip on the Guardian. Alright, more creatures. My opponent, I don't know how much they're going to attack me with. Probably both Skyfishers would be my guess, or like a Skyfisher and 2 birds, depending on how many more blockers they can muster up. Alright, Kuldotha Rebirth. That actually doesn't matter that much, because I can block those, and I can't block the other stuff anyways. So what else could deal with this Guardian in the format? There's probably some other like ways to make multicolored tokens, or like they could probably make a red-white creature or something. They should really try to put me on a 3-turn clock, which means attacking with a bunch of stuff. We can finally Sunlance something for what it's worth. Core Skyfisher is kind of free to play. So I'm going to play that and pick up a Plains and then play the Gift of Orzhova. It's not free, but I didn't really need my 1 mana for anything. Alright, so I don't have any other attacks. I'm going to attack here because I have lethal next turn. Otherwise I could consider holding back to block. I assume I'm dead to a rally. Also probably would have lost to a Prismatic Strands right there on white. I could just lose to burn spells straight up. Like they could actually just kill me with burn spells here. Just 4 Galvanic Blasts and a Bolt is all it takes. So I wouldn't be surprised if I died here. Took me a little too long to find that 4th land. Yeah, I'm guessing we're going to lose. But we'll see. A little disappointing. I definitely would have won this game if I'd kept that secluded step. Alright, well, they didn't attack with enough stuff. Well, I mean, they probably did. I mean, if they have any amount of burn spells, I'm dead. There's no way they don't have 3 burn spells in their hand at this point. Well, I guess they might not. We'll see. So there was some consideration to not attacking with this, because then they couldn't attack me. Yep. Then they couldn't attack me with these flyers because I would gain the life. But I think it was the correct call still. I don't know. Lost that game due to misplay. I'm not even sure it was the wrong play, to be honest, but I did lose because I made that play. So Sunlance definitely coming out. I don't think I want the Rune of Protection red. I want the Crimson Acolyte. I kind of want these Dust to Dusts. If you hit 2 lands, it's really nice. And I kind of want the Fragmentize too. What do I want to cut? I don't think I want the Lapse of Certainty. Their spells aren't quite expensive enough that I want that. And Sun's Enlistment, I don't think that's what this game is about. I think I'm going to cut a Bone Splitter. I'm not a big fan of equipment against decks that have... Our opponent's going to have like at least 12 pieces of removal after sideboard, maybe more. So I don't usually like to have Bone Splitter against those decks. Let's go with this. Man, that's a little disheartening. I could have definitely won that game. But oh well. I didn't really have anything at the time, and who's to say that you're gonna go like 20 draws without drawing another land. Got a pretty good draw here. Normally they lead off with a tapped land if they have one, which your opponent does. So, Core Skyfisher, you're going to pick up this Thraben Inspector, get some sweet value. It's possible I wanted to just play the Hawk and do that next turn, but that leaves my Thraben Inspector open to getting hit with something. Alright, I wouldn't mind a Dust to Dust here, just pop both those things. Didn't happen for me. That's okay. I got a couple Guardians, so they should be able to commence beatdowns. Hawk, yes. Grab the 3. Okay. And I've got enough land for my Guardian. Actually, now that I'm looking back at it, it's kind of crazy I went that long without drawing another land. This deck plays 21 lands. That's a ton. And it was, what, turn 11 by the time I hit my 5th one? Oh, man, Dust to Dust, please. Please, Dust to Dust. Dust to Dust. That was, in fact, not Dust to Dust. Hawk getting in. Don't think my opponent is playing Mana Tithe, so tossing out that Guardian. See if my Squadron Hawk gets bolted. Nope, just a cycle. Alright. So let's see if my opponent has a Battle Screech here. Looks like they do. It's not great for us. Don't have a ton of good ways to get through that other than to just attack. Let's see what my opponent does. No blocks at all, huh? Well, I wonder if I'm dead to a rally then. I'm going to play out the Cathars. I don't want to be too vulnerable to Electrickery, so I don't really want to play 2 more Hawks. And these guys can attack much better. Alright, Journey taking out 1 Cathar. See what else my opponent has. So what do I want to draw here? I still would really like to draw that Dust to Dust. Core Skyfisher, going to pick up a land if my opponent doesn't have another one. Nope, my opponent just greedy enough. Alright, Bone Splitter is a great draw, of course. I think I'm going to put it on my bird. Attack with these 2. And I'll just play another Hawk. Obviously there are no more Hawks in my deck. I think I'll block, probably. I will have lethal. No, I won't quite have lethal, so since I don't know. I can't, unless I draw a land, I can't move my Bone Splitter plus play another Guardian. Oh, they're doing this, huh? Well, I'll block 1 bird. Alright, Thraben Inspector. So my opponent is going to take... Well, let's see how much they take. I'm going to attack with everything. I assume they're going to bolt my bird. No, they're just going to 2. Well, obviously they think they can beat this. But I'm going to play 2 Hawks. It's better against a single removal spell than playing the Thraben Inspector, but it's worse against Electrickery. So I'm dead to Rally. I just don't think these decks can still fit Rally in their deck with Battle Screech and Kuldotha Rebirth and Palace Sentinels. But who knows? If my opponent doesn't kill me here, they definitely messed up. Like, they knew I had both of these, and they could have just held something back to block this guy. So we'll see what happens. All I need is double Galvanic Blast and I'm dead. Or triple burn spells. Looks like they got me. I don't think there's anything I could do about this. But this is a bad matchup anyways. It's just a little unfortunate. I lost that first game. I should have definitely been able to win it. So we are 1-1. We'll move on to the next round.